I don't want too much fake stuff on me. The 30-inch bust down, the long eyelash extensions, the long nails, it just is not me.
The baddie lifestyle was a trap. Dressing the way I was dressing, posting thirst traps, waiting on validation from likes and comments and everything else. It wasn't confidence, it was unfulfillment and insecurity dressed in a Fashion Nova fit.
Here's some of the reasons why I decided to change my style from baddie to chic. I got so sick and tired of my personality being like 90% my body and 10% actually me.
I'm not really into the bad bitches. You know, the big titties, the big butt. They outside shaking their butt on a yacht in Miami. I'm not into that.
I'm tired of baddies. I'm real life tired. They all the same for real.
With the rise of social media and the constant change in beauty standards, we've seen women turn themselves into completely different persons at different points, or try to change their lifestyle into what is currently trending. And one of those trends has been the baddie aesthetic. However, what we're noticing now is women trying to return back to who they were. They're saying no to the baddie aesthetic and now want to return back to their true selves, or almost true self. So get strapped in and let's talk about how baddies are returning to being cool girls again, and why this is the inevitable end result of trying to fit into an aesthetic. Hey guys, Nachima here. Welcome back to the channel. Do well to like and subscribe if you are not, and let's get back into the video. Before I proceed, I just want to say thank you guys so much, because the love on the last video was super amazing. If you haven't seen the last video, do well to check it out. I think I'm going to leave the link here after this one, of course, because this one you don't want to miss out on. You want to be sad, real sad for this one. So let's get into it. Now, if you haven't heard, the baddie aesthetic is where the boss babes are hanging. The girls who know what's up, what's fun, and what having a personality actually looks like.
I don't want the soft girl life. I want to be a baddie. I want my life to scream boss, not housewife. Red nails, chunky necklaces, bust down middle parts, beat face, fur coats so exotic you can get this from everywhere. Big exotic purses, chunky heels so cute. People like, where you get that from? I don't want Pilates and matcha. I don't want two-piece sets that's pink and white. I don't want that. I want my looks to scream, oh, she got money. I'm the host of the party. I'm the trendsetter. I want my life to give that. I want my life to have personality. I don't want to sit cute and be soft. Only thing I want soft is my lashes and my edges. That's it.
It is an aesthetic that is characterized by a bold, confident, and loud lifestyle. By this, I mean heavy makeup, trendy outfits, unapologetic attitude, and not forgetting the most crowning characteristic, the body. Slim, thick shape with a snatched waist and curvy hips. Which, by the way, is not all real, because the girls have gone ahead to have their bodies done so that they could fit into this aesthetic, which we're going to talk about later on in this video, so just stay tuned. Interestingly, this aesthetic is quite popular among black women, because, in case I wasn't clear earlier, they are the ones that mostly have that kind of body. And this has somehow put them into a box, like the baddie is the only way a black woman is supposed to look. She's meant to get the bust down, lashes, nails, and do a full beat every single time. So much so that some women now seem to be trying too hard to be a baddie. Apparently, there are only two categories to being a baddie. You either have the aura or you have the body.
Growing up as a black girl not in the baddie aesthetic is not talked about enough. Being a baddie is an aura or a body type. It's one of the two. You can't buy clothes to be a baddie. You can't do your hair to be a baddie. You can't do your eyelashes, anything like that. Like, you either have it or you don't.
But I guess we can throw aura out the window, because being a baddie is strictly the looks.
Your personality does not make you a baddie. We all know baddie is short for bad bitch, and we all know what a bad bitch looks like. I don't think we need to change the definition of a baddie to consider and coddle women that don't fit that archetype of woman. A baddie is strictly looks.
So now it seems like not everybody is allowed to be a baddie, and being a baddie is being gate-kept.
A baddie is strictly looks.
We gatekeeping the word baddie now. Like, is it that serious? I seen the video, she was like, yes, it's that serious because it takes a lot of work to be a baddie. I'm not in a baddie aesthetic. I never consider myself to be, but no shade to this girl. I don't think she is either. I just feel like to be saying, oh, the girls that don't fit into the baddie aesthetic, everybody just claiming baddie. So what? Talking about, we're not going to change the definition of baddie.
Girl, it's a whole vibe, and it's actually starting to look like I'm talking about something entirely different from what this video is about, which is not. So let's get back on track. Anyways, the baddie aesthetic has been around since the mid-2010s, particularly 2014 to 2016, where it was mostly seen through glamorous makeup. If you know, you know, the 2016 makeup girl is. But it was further popularized through celebrity influence with the likes of the Kardashians and the Jenners, particularly Kim and Kylie, with their curvy, contoured body silhouette and heavy makeup. And with them started this BBL obsessed generation that we currently live in. Now, the body aesthetic also came with different variations. There was the classic IG body, which for some reason that I didn't care to find out are the more recognized bodies. There was the Pinterest bodies and the TikTok bodies. Honestly, what's the difference with all of this? And then more recently, there's this desire to become a quiet baddie.
I want to be one of those low-key baddies so bad, like the kind of girls who post but you don't really know their personality. They're just really pretty and they post aesthetic stuff and their captions are like so short and mysterious and like a vibe, and you can't really tell like what they do, but it looks like they make a lot of money.
But for some women, they have resigned to their fate of not being a baddie and they are comfortable with being a cutie patootie.
Listen to me. You're not a baddie. You're not a baddie, and it's okay. I'm not a baddie. We are both very cutie patootie, and that's just who we are. Embrace the cutie patootie. Don't fight her. Unless you're in the cutie patootie, let the rainbows fall from you.
And that is how it's supposed to be. Know who you are and live in your truth. But with the body aesthetic these days, all of that is crap. Because you are constantly putting a lot of effort into the way you look and how you appear online or physically, that you end up draining your energy and feeling exhausted over trying to look a certain way.
You ever decided that you didn't want to be a baddie anymore? You just decided you were going to have a moment of, I'm not doing that, because it's exhausting. The hair, the nails, the skin, the makeup. It's a lot. Truth is, I'm tired.
Somehow, getting your nails done, doing a full bit makeup every day, and dressing up sexy no longer happens to be fun. It becomes this never-ending performance for attention that gradually takes the smile off your face and leaves you standing in front of the mirror, unable to recognize the person staring back at you.
Going from being an everyday, like, IG baddie to embracing your natural self will change your entire outlook on life. Even though I have 24-inch hair, I used to make sure that my wig was done at all times, lashes done, nails done, everything was done. Like, I would even do a full face, like, when I left the house, you know. Anybody who is in everyday glam every day knows that when they finally step out of that wig, it's like a chip in reality almost. Like, that shit will humble you.
Living by an aesthetic, especially one like the body aesthetic, has a way of making you feel like you actually look like that. And when the mask gets taken off, you are literally struggling to accept what you actually look like, that you just need to get back to the aesthetic as soon as possible.
Okay, going from like your baddie era to like a more soft, clean girl aesthetic, it's not for the weak. I just found some pictures of myself from my baddie era, and I'm like, I'm washed. I'm literally washed up. Like, I need my 7-inch eyelashes up to the gods. I need my thick liner. I need my House of Labs foundation, 3 layers, plus my Tarte concealer and my bright under eye immediately.
The reality of who you are, essentially what you look like, becomes a hard reality to live in, because what was once the truth about your look becomes a lie to you, and you struggle to find peace with it. You start all over to build confidence in yourself again. And this is something we are seeing a lot recently, especially with the BBL removal trend, where women are trying to find themselves again after they take out their bum.
I've had my bum like reversed for a very long time. People knew me of having a big bum, and like I thought I need to really take a step in the right direction. I really want to like find myself again, because I think I've just tried to chase like this perfection look so much. There's no such thing as perfection, that I've actually lost myself along the way. And like, who am I trying to impress? Because I'm not impressing myself.
If there's anything all of this emphasizes, is how expensive the body aesthetic is. Not just in costing us our self-confidence, but actually the literal dollars it takes to look this good. But before we even talk about how crazy expensive the BBLs are, let's start small and talk about the small dollars that the nails, lashes, and wigs are costing us.
I'm sorry, but when did we decide that it was okay to start spending $100 on nails? Like, don't get me wrong, I think they look fabulous and I'm obsessed with the color, and my toes don't look ratchet anymore, but $100 for something that I see as like a girl necessity is just outrageous.
Y'all can't convince me why I would pay $200 for lashes. $200 for lashes that's going to fall out.
Bro, maintenance and doing all this shit is extremely expensive. I'm steady having to replace wigs, fill-ins, fucking lash fills every other week. Don't get me wrong, it's cute, but is it actually worth it?
The body aesthetic in all its beauty is low-key making the baddies broke. Constantly spending money to look a certain way over time doesn't look healthy on the bank account. And let's not even talk about how the prices of these services have probably increased because of the body aesthetic. Now, the BBL made its name not only for being the riskiest, but also one of the most expensive surgeries you could actually carry out. In Nigeria, BBL is costing between 10 to 14 million naira, which is by far above the yearly salary of an average Nigerian.
How much did your BBL cost out? Did you do it all over again? I would say that the entire procedure, so from the procedure alone to the aftercare and this and that, I would say just carry like 10 to 14 million. Because it also depends on you.
But obviously, the girls that are doing this have the money for it. But recently, especially with the BBL removal, the body aesthetic has been seen to not only be expensive, but also a complete waste of time. Women spend so much money trying to look a certain way, only to end up returning to what they used to look like.
This is me wearing my favourite ever jumpsuit from TikTok shop, and I'm going to show you without my BBL wearing the same one.
And this is the exact same jumpsuit is what I had on in that video where I had my BBL. As you can see, the difference in me bum, me hips, everything, like it just looks so much better. Like the worst thing that I ever got done was the BBL.
I might be tweaking a little, but the tiny part of me can't help but think that the reason why a lot of women are removing their BBL is because skinny is back again. So maybe they're not really doing this to get back to who they truly are, but they are just trying to fit into the recent aesthetic or trending thing. But don't crucify me, I was just thinking out loud, okay? However, we can't ignore that keeping up with the body aesthetic does consume a lot of time, especially if these services are being done every other week. All those hours spent getting your nails done could literally improve your quality of life.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but my life quality has improved substantially since I stopped doing my nails. The amount of brain capacity I now have, not thinking about my next appointment, if my nails are looking bad, if something broke. Are you joking me?
The one thing trying to fit into an aesthetic is going to do to a woman is make her have a conditional perception of herself. Not only are you going to struggle to live like your true self, but your confidence is constantly going to depend on you looking a certain way. Essentially, the aesthetic you're trying to fit into. And unfortunately, that is one of the perks of being a baddie.
The baddie lifestyle was a trap. Dressing the way I was dressing, posting thirst traps, waiting on validation from likes and comments and everything else. It wasn't confidence, it was unfulfillment and insecurity dressed in a Fashion Nova fit. Like, if my girls weren't out or like my butt cheeks weren't hanging out, I used to think like I wasn't sexy enough.
In my video, the clean girl aesthetic has made us boring. I talked about how the aesthetic was making women change their entire personality. If you haven't seen that video, watch it here or use the link in the description. But that fact stands true as well in this aesthetic, as well as with every other aesthetic. They ultimately have a person changing who they are. And with the body aesthetic, it reaches the point where a woman's personality is more her body than who she actually is.
Here's some of the reasons why I decided to change my style from Baddie to chic. Number one, I just wanted to create some depth in my personality. I got so sick and tired of my personality being like 90% my body and 10% actually me. Like, I cannot keep dressing like I'm 18 years old.
There's also the fact that when you've lived an aesthetic for so long, especially online, people start seeing you as that aesthetic. So when you change or decide to return to who you truly are, the comment section start looking like, we lost a baddie. Is this for real? Wow, we lost a baddie. Please don't turn boring. We can't lose more baddies. All of this just shows how much the aesthetic stopped being what you chose or what phase you were in, but now seen as who you are. And so changing isn't read as you growing, but as a break in character. Interestingly, the men have their own controversy around the body aesthetic. And not to say that their opinions matter here, because obviously a lot of the girls aren't doing this aesthetic for the male gaze. But I just think it's interesting that some men are seemingly tired of the baddies, especially since this is the type of women that they are mostly attracted to. Just 2 weeks ago, I made a video about how men were encouraging women to post their baddie selves online because they are willing to pay the price. Girl, just go to the video, the link is in the description. But now, it seems like they'd rather have the 6 or 7 and the cutie patooties.
I'm not really into the bad bitches. You know, the big titties, the big butt. They outside shaking their butt on a yacht in Miami. I'm not into that. I'm into the cutie patooties. In the crib every night, eye mask on, silk sheets, reading a book, drinking tea. Like, give me Lotto right now. That is a gorgeous baddie right there. Give me a cutie patootie all day. Maybe I just can't handle a baddie.
I'm tired of baddies. I'm real life tired. They all the same for real. And I hate to say that, bro, because at one point I really thought, oh, okay, there's got to be some baddies out there, which I still believe that there's baddies out there that are like genuine and solid. But it's like, bro, I've been searching for 27 years. Ain't shit that I could find. Just toss me a 6 or a 7. I ain't even tripping no more.
Now, the point isn't this men liking or not liking baddies anymore, but the image that some women have consciously or unconsciously created around the baddie aesthetic that have sort of ruined the empowerment that comes with this aesthetic. It's that everything is fake, every of the women look alike, and they are literally everywhere. You swipe up, it's a baddie. You swipe up again, it's a baddie. You turn left, it's a baddie. You turn right, it's another baddie. It's like almost every woman is a baddie, and the ones who aren't are trying to be one. Who knows? The next time you see me making a video, I might just have become a baddie. Maybe I'm literally one right now. There's this softer version of being a baddie that tries to make the aesthetic seem a little less unrealistic and more attainable.
We don't all need to be baddies. Got girls out here building themselves like a tooth to be accepted, to be a baddie. Girl, a baddie to me is the girl that's in her truth. Put together, but in your truth. If you a bohemian baddie, baby, you classy with it. You know what I'm saying? It's an aesthetic that fits you, that you choose, and that makes you feel the best.
But that does nothing to water down the image that has already been created around the baddie aesthetic. And it's why there's the constant cry for people to be authentic on the internet. It's that when you build your life around an aesthetic, you lose yourself and begin this journey of trying to find yourself again. And honestly, life's just too short to keep repeating this circle. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Let me know if you've ever lost yourself trying to fit into an aesthetic, and what is your honest opinion about the baddie aesthetic. I'll be reading the comments. See you all in my next video. Bye.